Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. I will be the one to discuss about the future of public administration. The future belongs to flexible public sector rather than machine bureaucracies. As the world around us is changing with concomitant changes in politics, business, economics, and society, the field of public administration cannot be aloof from the need to innovate and change. In the years ahead, the government workforce will likely consist of technologically advanced generations with different employment expectations. There are nearly endless benefits of technology in the workplace that can transform the business into a more successful, mobile, and modern organization. Here are the four major ones. The ability to streamline repetitive process with automation. Leveraging automated technology in the workplace puts these tedious processes on autopilot so the employees can spend more time focusing on higher return business ventures such as building new client relationships or providing more attentive customer service. Automated processes are also more accurate. The second is the overhead cost savings with remote work and BYOD, or bring your own devices. It is a policy that allows employees in an organization to use their personally owned devices for work-related activities. Those activities include tasks such as accessing emails, connecting to the corporate network, and accessing corporate apps and data. The third one is the higher employee productivity and satisfaction. When both a higher quantity and quality of work is being produced by your employees, it drives revenue and boosts profit margins. Fourth is the ability to better serve customers. The technology in the workplace has allowed businesses to better market to their customers and provide faster and more personalized customer service. From leveraging data to determine where to place targeted ads, to participating in social listening to uncover your customers' pain points, to providing immediate service through live chat booths or automated emails and more, there are nearly endless opportunities for technology to enhance the user experience. There are five drivers of change in the public administration in the future. First one is the demographic. Second is the technology and automation. The third is labor market and social protection. Fourth, climate change, and the last one is government and institution. When we say demographic, it is relating to human populations and the information collected about them, such as their size, growth, ages, and education. A state and local government demography involves the application of demographic concepts, data, and techniques to public sector problems at the subnational level. The field is considered part of applied demography, in which demographic data and methods are used to solve real-world problems. It is important because they provide a broad understanding of the different characteristics of a population. This information is particularly useful to government organizations for making crucial policy decisions making or decisions concerning the population. Second is the technology and automation. A workplace automation is the application of processes or systems using technology such as software or hardware to do repeatable or predictable workflows without requiring manual intervention. The result? Speeding up the way you work by removing manual steps to increase productivity and efficiency. The example of this is the computer. We have the advantages and disadvantages of technology and automation. For the disadvantages, we have higher productivity and performance, which the economy is able to produce and consume increasingly more goods and services for the same amount of work. Second, it is cost savings. and actions that can result in cost savings range from improving efficiency to negotiating lower prices for supply purchases. The third is the increased safety, and lastly, the reduced human error in which leveraging an information technology automation system for the little tasks that demand so much time allows system administrators to focus on more intricate tasks and reduces the human error. For the disadvantages of the technology and automation, also have more trainings, initial costs, less flexibility, and more security needed. Innovations such as artificial intelligence and machine learning hold potential to radically disrupt the functioning of public sector organization and to revolutionize the way in which services are designed and delivered. With their adoption at the whole of government level and in other sectors of the economy, new skills and approaches will be required to ensure that public value remains at the center of government operations and that the evolving needs of citizens are effectively satisfied. Furthermore, automation has the potential to affect the very way in which public private entities are organized and governed, with increasingly horizontal decision making, fluttering hierarchies, and continuous feedback mechanisms that might lead to a paradigmatic shift in the way organizations evolve and adapt to changes. The third drivers of change is the labor markets and social protection. For the labor market, it is also known as the job market, refers to the supply of sup- refers to the supply and demand for labor in which employees provide the supply and employers provide the demand. It is also a major component of any economy and is intricately linked to markets for capital, goods, and services. For the social protection, it is defined as a set of policies and programs designed to reduce poverty and vulnerability by promoting efficient labor markets, diminishing people's exposure to risks, and enhancing their capacity to protect themselves against hazards and interruption or loss of income. The growing importance of the economy and the spread of its increasingly flexible contracts to public administration have the potential to lead to greater competition between global talents and between the public and private organizations trying to hire them. The speed of technological change and growing flexibility of labor markets could also imply that learning and training become a continuous requirement for all employees, regardless of their age or level, with new jobs being created and others becoming obsolete at an ever-growing rate. Workers' economic stability will only be possible if their skills enable them to move between jobs, if their capacities match the shifting demands of markets. The fourth is the climate change. Despite growing efforts to protect natural ecosystems and limit greenhouse gas emissions, climate change and countries' responses to it will be central factors in defining how governments, societies, and markets will evolve in the next decades. Environmental considerations will therefore become increasingly central in both the long-term planning and the everyday operations of the public sector. Implications could be far-reaching and include demand for different and greater skills, new public functions to mitigate and manage the consequences of climate-related events, and different types of service provision to reflect populations whose needs may call for rapid and unprecedented responses. And the last one is the government and institution. It is a political change has significantly impacted the functioning and structure of the public sector. Public sector organizations will have to work extensively towards ensuring that citizen trust is fostered via the timely provision of services and the promotion of government openness principles. This will continue to be the case as economies enter the recovery phase and as the expectations and behaviors of citizens evolve in the decades to come. Moreover, public trust is often associated, among other things, with citizens' perceptions of the extent to which public institutions and civil servants act for the greater good, indicating the importance of this variable in determining the attractiveness of public sector jobs on the labor market. Question: what does the future hold for public service in the face of many drivers of change? One thing is certain: as future public servants will play a major role in helping the Filipino cope with such changes and in shaping their meaning. It is important that administrators possess the tools necessary to perform this role. Career public servants help make democracy work. Career administrators occupy unique positions that enable them to maintain continuity over time and provide the institutional support necessary for making democracy meaningful in the daily lives of citizens. With these positions comes on an obligation that helps preserve the integrity of Filipinos' many governing systems, an obligation to work through changes in the future. This obligation requires the balancing of competing values, which is challenging but not impossible task. That's because collaborative governance, despite its many difficulties, can still attract and inspire citizens and officials to pursue ambitious goals and with persistence over time transform the into reality. And that ends my report. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.